I'm gonna put it this way.
Hey y'all, welcome. This is the last messy Monday. At least for Real Housewives of Potomac. At least for Real Housewives of Potomac. Maybe it'll be another one. I don't know. But this is the last one for Real Housewives of Potomac. So tonight we are talking about the third, reunion episode. All right, get your tea, get your coffee, get your drink, get a whatever. Come on, have a sit, have a chat. Let's talk about it. I am your host, Avalaura. These are my amazing co-hosts, and we've been here almost every Monday. Not every Monday. Almost every Monday for the full season of Real Housewives of Potomac, season 9. I was supposed to be on it. You didn't see me, but that's okay. We talked about it anyway. So, recap, some of y'all are new. You can go back. We got 16 episodes, something like that. All the tea for all the episodes. And you just see how a lot of the stuff that we talked about came up in the reunion, and we already talked about it. We were already there. All right. Go ahead, ladies. Introduce yourselves, and we're going to get right into it.
Hey y'all, I'm Ronnie. What happened to Philly?
She's having tech issues, so Philly Lily is gonna pop back in here, I'm sure. But we're gonna go ahead and get started, y'all. So Ronnie, I'm gonna ask you, because I already said a little bit about how I felt. I'm gonna ask you, what did you think of this part of the reunion? This third part?
This third part could have been the second part. We didn't need 3 parts. We only needed 2 parts of this reunion.
Maybe like 2.5, you know?
Yeah, or they just could have, it was some stuff they could have, cut out. I felt like they was dragging a little bit. Because real talk, yeah, Jazzy was cool, but Jazzy was on the show all of like 15 minutes. The only good part that came out of Jazzy being there was her confirming what Stacey was saying about the Miami trip.
Mhm.
That was cool. And then watching them tell Mia no, they wasn't trying to accept her apology. Now that was good. But
How did you feel about your girl not even coming back? What kind of foolishness was that?
she can
She
do
be
what
lying so
she
much.
take
She couldn't stay in the heat. Like she left
Yeah,
as soon as she got called out.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. They
well,
got her.
I was reading an article about it on People Magazine today, and they said that like other housewives have stormed off of stage at the reunion, but they come back. She's the first one to storm off the stage and effectively leave, because from what I understand, it's a different contract for the reunion than what they get paid for the season. So they get
Oh,
paid like a bonus thing or something like that, and everything when when they do the reunion. And so, like, I guess she wanted to forego that. I mean, really, we all know what was happening. She just kind of got caught in her lies. And that's what was going on there.
Yeah.
I'm mad though because we didn't get to see Ink, and we didn't get the tea from the men. We didn't get to see Ink and Gordon because she left. That's the only reason I'm mad. I didn't really care that she left.
Were they even there though? Because I
I
know
didn't see
Eddie
them.
was there,
She
and
probably didn't invite them.
and the social worker was there. I can't think his name. I just
He
know
didn't
he
even
was
come
Greg,
on. I don't even
Greg.
know why he was there. Why was Greg there? Because he didn't
because
come out.
usually they come. Remember, usually they come on the set. But I'm wondering
Right.
if they didn't bring them out because they had so many of Karen's videos to play. And then Eddie had to come out and spill the tea about Stacy, which I'm sure we
Right.
can get into.
Right.
And
Ooh,
so I guess all of that took up so much time.
I was just like, was this supposed
I
to
don't
be
think they were
two?
there either.
I thought it was supposed to be 2 episodes, and then this thing about Stacy or whatever came out, and they said, "Oh, we need to make it 3," because this really didn't wasn't a
Mhm.
whole episode. It was like the real thing about this episode was Stacy, and the rest was filler.
Yep.
yeah, yeah. It really, I mean, because they went back to Karen again and talking about Karen and the DUI again and showed that video of Karen and Ray talking and all that other kind of stuff. And, when they were showing that, like, I was here with my friend and she was cracking up laughing at Giselle's commentary that she had when Karen and Ray were talking, like, oh, you could cut that off. or this is too much, or all this kind of stuff that, like, that Giselle was saying. But yeah, I mean, they could have taken their time and just shown the safety thing. That's what they really could have done.
Now, what's interesting about that part, Ronnie, is what you said. She did say that she was not driving.
Yeah.
And then Ray tried to say, well, was it the guy we hired?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting because she was drunk when she said that.
Yeah.
Now, as much as came out when she's drunk, how a drunk person gonna think to cover themselves and be like, "Oh, I wasn't driving," because she was two sheets to the wind, like she was gone.
But you heard what Ashley said too. Now Ashley said
that part.
We got some tea that somebody was
that
with
part.
her, the man with her. So Karen, are you sitting? I mean, I know you can't see this. But are you covering up that part? I mean, you're going to get it anyway. But are you covering up that part for your lover?
So first, let's clarify, right? That last week we didn't know. We were going from the fact that we thought that she had 2 DUIs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And word on the street was it was 4. We didn't know if it was 4. Also, last week there was not the actual sentence. Remember, so we were contemplating like, oh, what's the sentence going to be? What's going to happen? Woo!
Yes,
emoji.
That was
like when it came out 2 years. 2 years. Now, this is what gets me. Ashley gave some tea, but also Gizelle. Did you hear Gizelle said they offered her 6 months probation and she didn't take it?
And that's not the first time I've heard that. It was house arrest. 6 months house arrest. That's not the first time I've heard that though. I've heard that a few times, and Karen just was like, no, she just felt like she was going to be vindicated.
So this is my thing. Now, if I was just watching the show, right, and I didn't actually know Karen, I might be like, yo, she delusional, something is wrong. But knowing this woman, she is a smart woman. She is not a dummy. I'm wondering now I wish I could talk to her. Like, what was going on?
I think she was really having a blackout. So, like, when you're drinking and you have a blackout, you don't remember what happened. It's almost like you walk into like a black hole and everything, and you don't remember what's happening. You don't know what's going on. It's like a whole lapse in time and lapse of memory. And I think based on her behavior, that's what was going on. Like, she had this blackout and everything. I can't read this because I'm doing this on my phone now, and it's so small I can't see it.
And that's what makes me think someone else was driving.
Oh, that maybe because she was having a blackout. Yeah.
It makes me, maybe, yeah.
But that's what I think. Yeah, because she's like, oh, I didn't do anything because you don't remember doing anything because you were blacked out. Like, if you were in your right mind and right conscious, you would be like, oh, wait a minute. No, I don't want nothing. No. And I think that's what happened there.
And I can see that. But this is my thing, right? And she said she didn't watch the videos. And honestly, I believe that because I know if I had seen those videos, ain't no way in the world I would ever have gone to court. So I believe that. But what doesn't make sense for me is you have lawyers and I'm sure your lawyers had to be like, yo, it's bad. Like, it's bad. Like, go ahead and just take it. So what was going on in her mind that she was just like, no, I'm not even going to listen to my lawyers. That doesn't even make sense. I know I'm not going to get any time. So,
you know why?
Like, she had to be really certain.
Let me tell you why. If you go back and you listen to the prosecution on the day that she was sentenced, they mentioned that the first 2 DUIs were dropped to reckless driving because she knew somebody in the court system. Ooh. And so I guess she probably felt like maybe she knows somebody might step in and do something. But I'm pretty sure them attorneys told her when they saw that video that, hey, this is bad. You might want to take the plea. And Karen in her, when she's in her rondon, alter ego, she got too much pride. She wasn't going to do that. I think probably another part of it too is maybe she didn't want it to come out that, she really do got this side dude that everybody says that they hear about or they know about.
Yeah,
And so she want to destroy her marriage. So maybe she like, well, I don't want this to come out
But
and
wouldn't a
destroy
way
my
to stop
marriage.
that be to just take the deal? And it
I
never would have
mean,
came out. It never would have gone to court. We might have never seen those videos.
we probably wouldn't if she would have just taken that plea. But her
I,
pride. I
her
think it's a lot
problem.
of I think a lot of it is pride. Yeah.
And and guilty is guilty. So if she would have taken any of those pleas, she would have had to plead guilty. If she would have taken the house arrest plea, it's like guilty. If she would have done other things, so it's like you're guilty. And she's like, no, I'm not guilty. I wasn't drunk driving. I'm not even an alcoholic. I don't have a problem with alcohol. And it's like, but Karen, mm, there's a lot of evidence to the contrary of that. Like you even heard how Ashley said that guy told her that she comes
What
down to legal seafood and be drinking every day. Like what?
every day.
Yeah. And
Every day.
Wendy said the same thing. It
And
was
then you
another
saw
place.
Wendy
Wendy
trying to
said
be
it.
quiet. Wendy was like, nah, I'm gonna just
And
chill on
then
this.
she came out. Then she came out and admitted it that she does know that Karen drinks every day. That she was told the same thing. She day drinks every day. She goes there and get drunk. So it's like, yeah, this is her fourth DUI, but this is the fourth time she's been caught. How many times has she
Right,
actually
because
gotten
the
behind
other
the wheel?
thing that Gizelle said, so that she was about 4 minutes from her home.
Mm-hmm.
And because remember we said that, like, why didn't she just, call an Uber? But I can see that. You like, oh, I'm down the street. I can drive.
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking that anything is gonna happen in that time period. And thank God nothing happened, like, nothing happened in terms of she didn't, hurt anybody or hit her, including herself, right? Just the car. She almost made it home though. You saw, because you saw where she was. It was like rural. It was nobody out there. She literally almost made it. So you're right. Like, how many times did that thought process happen where, oh, I'm not far from home or whatever, I can make it. And she did make it. And this just happened to be one where she didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think the whole thing, everything is so debatable, but I can't see her getting to the point of actually being sentenced and convicted without saying, hey, somebody else was driving this car. I can't see her getting to that point. Because I mean, like, because if you got to that point, it would be like, listen, I was not the one driving. It was old Blue Eyes. But,
And she
I don't
probably
know.
thought nothing was gonna happen though. She probably was playing off a few things. I'm a celebrity. In her mind, she is celebrity. Remember what she said in the car with the police officer? You know who I am. And she mentioned Andy Cohen. She probably thought they were not going to make an example of her. But that judge was pissed off at Karen. If you listen to that judge,
I didn't hear it.
they
I
were
don't
Say,
know.
pissed off. And so even the prosecutors was like at least 6 months. No, he said no. He didn't believe her statement because even when she read her statement, she still wasn't taking accountability. It's just that she still was just operating from this place of, just like she's the grand dame a little bit and talking in this voice. No, just like yesterday when she was talking to Ray and they was in the room and she was in the bed. Come on, girl, this is a rehearsed
it's
thing.
just
You
weird
still
because
not taking accountability.
it's like, Beyonce, right? Where Beyonce says, at home she's one way, and when she steps on the stage, she's Sasha Fierce. And I think, in a lot of celebrities are like that. People are like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is so weird. The person that I know, she is grounded, she is smart, she is a sweetheart. That behavior doesn't even correlate with that person. It's like, okay, so one or two things. One, yes, it's ego, like you said. Or two, someone else actually was driving and she never thought she was actually going to get time for it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, and that judge told her, he was like, no, because that's why she went that day. Because if I let you go home, you'll do it again.
She said it's the
Mhm.
alcohol. And that's what I said, right? Because given that
Mhm.
thought process, like it's 4 minutes from my house, I can make it. I didn't
Hmm.
call an Uber. I didn't have a driver, even though I have the means. I'm gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. I'm gonna make it. So you
Yep,
already know
yeah,
that's happened many times.
yep, sure
You know,
has.
and my thing, and I do know alcoholism is a disease. Alcoholism, not, alcoholism is a disease, right?
Yeah,
I just wonder the women, because I think Andy Cohen asked the question, or no, yeah, he did ask the question. I wonder how many of them really knew that she did have a problem and tried to actually intervene and help, or if they just saw it and just, talked about her behind her back, or you know what I mean, or didn't really say anything, because I didn't really get the sense that they really tried to help.
but do you think
No.
Karen would have let them help though?
She might not,
Karen, and
but
because remember, I
I
don't
could
know
say
if
I.
you were. Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but this was a story that came out now. I'm saying allegedly because I wasn't there. But Sharice, when Sharice was on the show,
Hmm.
Sharice has said before that Karen has gone to a facility before,
She did say
and
that.
then
Yes, she
and then
did.
I think
Yeah.
she ended up like either picking up Karen didn't stay the whole time or something.
Yeah.
So
Yes, she did say that.
yeah, so it's this
Okay,
ain't her first rodeo.
okay,
Karen is still in the denial phase.
okay.
Yeah.
She has not admitted that she has a problem yet. She is not, and it might,
Right.
some people it take hitting rock bottom before they can admit they have a problem. What is going to be Karen's rock bottom before she admits she has a problem?
I pray that this is her rock bottom,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
sadly, it could get worse.
Hmm.
She hasn't lost everything. And so
Yeah.
I pray that this is her personal rock bottom and she can pick herself up from here. And,
Mhm.
like I said, use her platform, because she has a platform. People love her, people care about her, and she can use that for good.
Yeah.
But if she keeps, what she's doing now and just, like you said, not taking accountability. And everybody said that the whole season, they said that, even now. And, I wasn't there. So I could say that. I'm like, who is advising her?
That's what
Because
I'm
at this
saying.
point, is a wrap. Is a wrap.
Hmm.
Like, go on ahead
Yeah.
and put your head down on the altar. Be like, just let it all out, because at this point it's out.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did start before that, Kimberly. It started years before that. They said she's been drinking for years before her parents even passed. But remember, I said this in one of our Missing Mondays. I said,
Mm,
I don't know who her PR people are, but this could have been an opportunity for Karen to show that she's trying to change her life around this season. She could have
Yeah.
been showing herself going to AA, going showing herself partnering with some of these nonprofits that's like Mad Mothers Against Drunk Driving. She could
Yeah.
have. It was so many things she could have
I mean,
done
that's
that
why it
probably
was
would have helped with the
wild that they
sentencing.
cut our segment, because at least that would have given some balance.
Yeah,
So I'm like, why did they cut that segment? I mean, I know that there's a lot of there's a lot. And so that's interesting, because you're right. Even though there was more that could have been done, and here's the thing, there might have been more that was done that we don't know,
yeah.
because they don't show everything.
And the
So
stuff that they
Yeah.
don't show, it seems like it's better than the stuff that they did put on Potomac this season. Just from the unreleased footage that I've seen, it's better to me than what they showed.
it's
A
wild.
lot of
It's
it, a
really
lot of it. Yeah. I mean, I think that, the thing with Karen, she really, her ego, she got caught. I think it's what Ronnie said. I think it's either she was too kind of like egocentric about it, or she really thought that the other person who was driving the car was going to take the fall. Whatever, she kind of walked right into the fire with this. I mean,
Hmm.
she really did. And, And also too, what was very damaging, if we're being honest, was when they released all those dashboard camera videos. Like that right there sank the ship. Like,
Yeah.
because they released that before she was sentenced. And once
Exactly.
everybody saw that, because it was
It was
questionable
no
before that.
coming. It was no
Huh,
coming.
it's no coming back. Like, because it was like, well, was she drunk driving? Was she drunk? And then once you saw those videos, you were like, oh, she was drunk driving. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was no coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is sad because the sad part about it is there's no winners, right? Like her going to jail, she's 62 years old. How is that gonna help? That's not gonna help anybody.
62 years old. You too old.
I mean, give her house arrest so she can't go anywhere, but putting her in jail, what Gizelle said, like she is not cut out for that.
Well, they said like they're gonna take, her wig and everything like that, and and like listen, that's what they do when you go in the big house. Like, I remember when they had that little special on Little Kim when Little Kim was going to jail and everything, and it was a big thing. Like, what's going to happen with your hair when you go up in the big house? And it's not a good look.
You know what's wild, honestly, though, for any celebrity, I mean, any celebrity this day and age to think that they won't go to jail. Because we have seen many a celebrity taken down. Celebrities are no longer untouchable.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's, I mean, I know this is all things Real Housewives of Potomac, but if we're being honest, like, look at Diddy. Diddy really behaved in a manner that he did not think that he was going to jail. Because he was so flamboyant with all that stuff that he was doing and the parties and the assaults and everything. And then it was like, no, Diddy, we actually are going to take you to jail. He probably thought they was playing with him. He probably thought he was being punked because
he was going to be protected by the people that he was rolling with.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so stupid. He could have left like Russell Simmons and he stayed. Russell still ain't come back. We ain't never seen him in America again.
I don't know where Russell is.
Coming back. He in Bali. They don't have extradition. They don't have extradition laws over there.
He is not coming back. Mm-hmm. He was smart. He's like, I see the writing on the wall. Let me get up on out of here. Diddy saw the writing was there, and he was like, nope, I'm good. Bad boy for life.
He thought wasn't nothing gonna happen to him.
So, I mean, celebrities, this is a wake-up call. Like, listen, don't nobody care at this point.
She should have learned that just from the other housewives. There's other housewives who have gone to prison. And like, girl, these judges don't care more about you being a celeb or semi-celeb. You gonna get it.
And Andy Cohen has been proven. Andy Cohen cannot save you from jail. He couldn't save Saul from jail. He couldn't save Teresa from jail. He couldn't save, that lady from New York from jail. So,
listen, matter of fact, be offering them specials when they come back. Like, you want to do it after jail special. Listen, I'll give you a spinoff. That's about it. But he cannot save you. No. I mean, so how do you think Potomac is going to be without her?
The show must go on because they said they're going to record without her.
But I mean, they have to. They're not going to stop. I know, but it wasn't that great this season. So
it wasn't. But I said that because on New Jersey, and I didn't know this until Karen was arrested. I mean, until she was got put in prison. Was that they waited for Teresa to get out before they started filming again. And so I think people were wondering if they were going to do the same thing for Karen. And so, but Bravo said no, they're going to go ahead.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense though because it's going to be at least a year.
Do you think she will ever come back?
She got a 2 years, so they could film at least for next year, and then maybe the one after that. But that's a whole year they would have to wait.
Yeah, unless she gets out early. I think she's gonna get out early. She has 90 days to.
If she's in California,
to
this is a
she
great.
Got 90 days to appeal her sentence, so I think she I don't know. Part of me feels like Karen will come back.
I think she'll
Because
come
of
back.
course that money good. The longer they on them shows, the
I
money
mean, she's
good. I
good at
think
being
she'll come
evasive,
back.
but the reality is, if she comes back, people are gonna be calling her to the carpet. People are
They
not gonna
are.
be bear with
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
her, and she's
She
gonna
got to
have
be
to deal
ready
with
for
that
that.
the whole season.
Yeah.
And
And she rightfully
I don't know
should.
if she's ready.
She need to because she quick to call everybody else out. And speaking of Karen, you've been trying to turn these girls against each other, running your mouth. I wish you could see this right now. You wrong for that.
Did you see the producers are so shady? Did you see the Clank Clank episode that they showed? See, now I haven't seen
Yeah.
all
No,
those
I
episodes, so I
didn't.
was like, oh, I was like,
I
she
didn't
said
see the Christmas episode.
Yeah,
yes. They
it was some
showed
seasons ago. Yeah.
they was with Ashley's husband. She was like clank clank. She
Uh-huh.
was basically
Clankety
talking about
clank, clankety
Ashley's
clank.
husband getting
Yeah.
locked up and dropping the soap, and I was like, oh my
And
god.
then she talked about Giselle one time with Sing Sing and stuff like that.
Yes,
And so,
yeah,
yeah.
I
So, yeah,
remember.
they've been bringing that back up.
Listen, manifestation is real, y'all.
She would have to come back real humble. She really would.
She
And
Yeah,
she would have to be ready to take that heat because they deserve to give it to her because she will give it to any. If this was
she
somebody else,
absolutely is gonna get the
yeah.
heat.
Karen would
Oh,
give them the
look,
business.
to emphasize that point of bringing the heat, did you see the way they turned on Stacy?
I was glad. I told y'all she paid that boy.
I don't
Well,
know that why would she pay him? Listen, I'm trying to give y'all the benefit of the doubt. I love my black women. I love y'all.
yeah.
I don't understand. Make it make sense for me. Why would she pay him?
Well, this is what I'll say. Did you guys see the after show that she did? She was actually on Andy Cohen. Andy
Hmm.
Cohen 411 last night. Did you see it? Did you guys see it?
I did. I watched it.
Yes, it was very interesting because I'm not so convinced that Stacey is not a robot because the whole time she was sitting there, she had her hand on her side like this and her legs perfectly like like crossed at the ankle, and I'm like, yo, what's going on, man? Why are you so stiff? But she came on there like that was her kind of thing. Like she was trying to like say, why would I have paid this man to treat me as bad as he treated me
I
and
fell
everything
asleep.
like that. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
And I agree with you, Philly Lily. Let me tell you why. Because when it was asked about to her again, even Simone didn't believe her.
No.
And it was the way that she answers the questions. Like she has to think about what she gonna say so she don't get herself caught up. And she stays
Yeah.
in that news anchor voice. She does
Yeah.
Yeah.
that news anchor voice 24/7. I don't have to do. You're like, girl, you lying. And you
But
can
I
tell
do
she
want
was
to know
lying
where
when she got
I do
caught.
want to know the receipts, right? Because if somebody is paying you, you gotta have receipts, right?
Well,
If you
here's
don't
the
have text
thing.
messages, you're gonna have PayPal, Cash App, Zelle,
Listen,
ACH. You're gonna have some kind of receipts up in
Yeah.
here. Paid you
stay
cash,
tuned.
and
Stay
unless there was no
tuned.
talking of it.
Stay
Okay.
tuned
Okay.
because
Because it gotta be
what's
receipts.
his name? TJ got off a plane today. Somebody posted it and he was like, yeah, I heard it was an earthquake, a shakeup that's happening. And he was giggling. And so TJ, the people think TJ finna drop some receipts. And word on the curve from a reliable source. It's like I told y'all, this source told me about her paying that
Mm-hmm.
man. Reliable source say that some of the stuff was cut out this season too, and there's
I believe
pictures
it. I believe it.
out there because Stacy went to New York to tell them to take certain parts of the show out because the women had got a text with these people that Stacy had been paying to come and be on the show.
Oh,
Wait,
what?
Yes, yes.
oh Lord, if y'all ain't watching, y'all need
So
to be watching because
So
hold on.
yes, we might
Oh,
be
Yeah.
seeing some other stuff. We
Wow.
might be seeing some other stuff.
Wow.
hold the phone. All right. So let me make sure I got this straight. So Stacy paid other people. So like AJ,
To
Probably.
come on
other
the show.
people to be on the show
Yep.
because what? She didn't know what her storyline was going to be, so she just paid everybody to play with her.
And yes, and before Bravo even announced that she was going to be on the show, she didn't even give them a chance to announce it. She had paid a blogger to put it out there that she was going to be joining the show.
Wow.
She didn't even give Bravo a chance.
Okay, now I'm really confused. What's going on over here? Because that takes a lot of
Stacey is like a Kenya Moore.
That
Well,
takes.
but
It takes. But
and you saw that they said that the guy Walter who was dating Kenya Moore is Simone and Cecil's niece. Simone and Cecil from Married to Medicine.
Yep,
Not nephew. Sorry, that Walter was their nephew and everything, and that how Kenya was paying Walter to be on there. I mean, I think that she is trying to build her career. Because let's be for real. Have y'all ever heard of this girl as an actress before?
No.
Now she was on QVC. I ain't never seen her on QVC.
Never. Now I don't watch QVC. I bet if I asked my mom, maybe she would know her. I don't know.
Yeah, my mama watched QVC.
That is not our.
No,
that's not our thing, right? So I don't know. She is irrelevant. So where's she getting all this money to pay all these people? And is it because she's going through well, she has a divorce now, so she's not gonna have that alimony, that check, whatever from her husband. So now she got to build her career. Like, is this what's happening here?
I guess so.
I guess so, because
it's
maybe
so stupid. It's so stupid because this day and age, and in the year of 2025, there are receipts for everything.
Everything.
Even if you have people sign an NDA, people be breaking them NDAs. So why would you do that? Like, you gotta know somebody is gonna talk.
And then the way she kept trying to say that I didn't believe that. And then trying to say, oh boy, was lying and stuff. And
that pissed me off.
What reason would Eddie have to lie?
Pissed me off. First of all, listen here. You want us to believe that you're stupid. That's really what it is. She wants us to believe that she's an airy, ditzy airhead, because how could you not see how this man was? You supposed to be quote unquote best friends with him, and you didn't know that this is how he rolled. What he said to what's his name, Greg, and Wendy's husband, that was not a surprise. That's how he always talks.
Yep.
That was no surprise to anybody but her. Anybody could see that that's how he rolled.
So he wasn't supposed to tell the secret.
So now all of a sudden he's your best friend and he's a great person. He would never do that. What TJ were you looking at? Because we all saw that.
But this is the thing. This is how you know that Eddie was telling the truth. Number one, when Wendy said it, she shrank down so low. Like, like Stacey got her body language, she shrank down so low. Then the other thing, even before they brought Eddie out, they said to her, do you want to call TJ and ask him about this? And she was like, no. Why not? Why not? If he's lying and this is all true and everything like that, why don't you want to call him on the phone? He's your best friend. He'll answer your phone call. Why don't you want to call him? And it's just like, because she knew that she was lying. I mean, that's just really what it is.
Because I would have picked that phone up so fast and say, you lie? You can be lying on me. Let me get you caught up on TV.
And that right there, the whole best friend thing, even after the way he spoke to her, even her saying, listen, we're not together because he wasn't respecting me, but he's still my best friend.
And why would you want to be friends with somebody that's disrespecting you?
Exactly. So what that says to me is I'm not going to talk bad about him on TV because he got receipts and I don't want him pulling out the receipts. So I'm going to still say he's a great person.
Yep, exactly. Because if I talk crazy, he's going to go on social media and blast me.
Because she didn't know what else he was going to leak, because that means he got receipts.
Yep.
Now, where the other people with the receipts? I'm like, who else did she pay for RHOP? Okay, so I'm sorry, Stacey. I was really rooting for you. I was, but we're all about authenticity and transparency here. So you gonna have to leave. I don't think you need to come back next season.
Stacey, you turning into another Mia B line.
Hey, you don't need to come. At least Mia is more entertaining. I mean, you don't need to come back next season. You know what I mean? Like, if you gonna lie, at least be entertaining with it. Like,
Could you see how she sashayed out of there? After she was like, "Not about my kids." No, not about after Gizelle went off on her and called her a terrible mother. She sashayed out of there, honey.
I could not believe she didn't come back.
Yeah.
Because if it was somebody else that they was teaming up on,
listen,
she would have sat right there. Yeah, she would have sat right there. But
wait,
all of them have been in hot water. It's just your turn now because everybody tired of you lying all the time.
Did you see the way Jacqueline turned on her though?
Yep. Especially when she found out when Andy announced that she left in the face that Jacqueline made, I said, Jacqueline trying to take your spot.
Oh, look at Jacqueline, boy. She is really trying to get up in here. She turned on her so quick.
But Jacqueline said that Mia threw her under the bus for something, for saying some stuff about her with Karen. But no, they showed that actually she didn't. She said it herself. She leaked that information herself and told on herself when she was sitting at that table at the Hattery program. I don't know what they were doing, something with hat. And then that's when it came out that, Jacqueline said something about Karen and her drinking. And that's why Karen, as soon as she did that, Karen was like, she drew first blood on Karen for that. The whole season, Karen was after her.
Yeah. Next season is going to be interesting because now we know there's not going to be Karen. I don't know what you think. Mia's going to come back.
Yeah,
Mia don't come back. She needs to check.
Yeah.
Now, how is she going to explain her dipping out and leaving and not coming back next season?
Well, because she's going to say it was, Gizelle calling her a terrible mother, and don't say that about her kids and all this other kind of stuff. But it's just like,
She gonna play victim.
She gonna play the victim, but it's like, we all know she got caught lying. That's why she acted like that.
She loves playing victim. She loves playing victim.
Exactly.
She just lies, just like
exactly. She was the main one putting her kids out in front and center.
Yeah, like they not gonna see that. Your kids are going to see that one day. Why would you do that? Talking about you not the one who brought it up. It don't matter. You could have been the one to stop it.
Exactly. Easy shutdown, like Gizelle did. Yeah. Like she did. Don't talk about my kids. No, let's not go there. The whole thing was wild. It was like she made up, so what does this say about these women, right? They're supposed to be, I don't even know what they're supposed to be because I can't say that people are looking up to them. I don't know what they're supposed to be. But what does it say that their lives are so uninteresting that they have to fabricate lives to be on this show? Now, you could say what you want about Karen. She ain't fabricate this season at all. This was real. She had a real storyline.
But did not take advantage of it.
It was a real storyline. So what does it say about these? They literally are making up storylines to be on this show.
A lot of people do, to be on reality.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people do, just to to pull people in, to keep them captivated, to do whatever it is. I mean, that's just the nature of it. Like you look at it like, they're not getting up in the morning going to a job. They're getting up in the morning being a housewife. That's their job. I guess that's what they 1099 says. It says housewife. Like that's, so like you will do everything to keep that money coming and keep having that check come in.
So has it just turned into like a soap opera with real people?
For some of them, yeah. Because look at Mia. You made up all of these lies. Even down to the people saying you don't even live up there in Potomac. You live in Atlanta.
Hey, she's in Atlanta. Yo.
And you fly back and forth. And Yeah, I was like, nothing. It's my accent. Your name even really me. You lie so much. Like, who are you? Let the world see who you really are. You gonna come back to this show?
Yeah.
But I really don't want her back. I
to
really
be that
think she should
vulnerable.
go.
So who do y'all want on the Real Housewives of Potomac next season?
Well,
Not me.
I love me some Gizelle. I do. I love me some Gizelle. I think Gizelle can come on back. I love me some Dr. Wendy. I think Dr. Wendy can come on back. And that's all that I can see because I don't know what Ashley is doing. I'm very used to Ashley. It's kind of like, when you go to the supermarket and you start seeing the people who work at the supermarket and you
She's
start
like
knowing them
the
and
annoying
everything.
little sister.
Yeah, like that's her. She's the
I
boring
guess
little
she
sister.
her divorce is final now, so I guess that's gonna be her storyline for
She
next
gonna be
season.
turned up
Probably.
with Jack Harlow and etc.
Well, I thought that her and Giselle are going on some kind of dating show called Love Island. Didn't
They
you see
are.
commercials for that? I
Oh
They
don't know
yeah.
what
are.
it is, but it's like some kind of dating show, and she was kissing somebody on the commercial. That
Is that on Netflix or Bravo?
I
It's
think
coming
it's
on
on.
Bravo.
I think it's
Okay.
on Bravo. Yeah, or I thought it was on Bravo or Peacock. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
a
saw the
it's
They
a
work
few of
commercial.
the
together.
housewives. The few
Yeah,
of the
they work
housewives
together.
gonna be on there. Yeah, her storyline has fizzled out. I just feel
It
like she
did
don't have
fizzle
nothing to
out.
talk about.
She was on bed rest
Michael,
this season.
yeah, Michael was her storyline. I think Mia need to go. You can keep Giselle and Wendy, but Wendy gonna have to bring something next season.
So we need more.
Um,
That's only two that we can agree on. 2.5, maybe Ashley and a half. So who else? Any of the people from the past?
oh, I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna play. I know a lot of people gonna be like, nah, don't bring her back. I want Robin to come back. I
No,
like Robin. Robin, my girl. I like
no,
Robin. The only thing
no,
I don't
no.
like, the only thing I don't like is that she is. I don't like when her and Gizelle get together and they become mean girls. That I don't
He
like.
said
I
no.
don't like
Even
mean
she
girl
said
stuff.
no.
Y'all like no. I don't want Candace to come back.
I don't know her, so I
I
can't.
like Candy.
I don't like Candace mouth. Candace mouth would make me want to do.
I thought
Stop
people
playing.
like Candace. People wanted her to come back.
That
I
is a
like Candy.
50-50 mix. Some people do, some people don't. A lot of people don't like us. A lot of people do. I'm not a Candace fan. They can bring what's that girl name used to have a drug problem? She was weird.
Katie
She
Rose.
was a Katie. Yeah, Katie.
I don't know her. What about the
Yeah.
one she was? I remember seeing her. Her name started with an M. She's pretty. I think she was married. I think he was an NFL player.
Oh, Monique.
Yeah.
Monique. Oh no, Monique is done. Monique ain't coming back to Bravo. She ain't
Yeah.
going back to She done.
Why?
She just don't like how she's been treated on them
She don't.
shows.
She don't need that check.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
she
I
was
don't
on
I
like
don't
some.
want her back either. Huh?
I don't want. Yeah, I think she was on like Love and Marriage DC. Her and her husband.
She was and
Yeah. Okay.
she left there too.
Yeah. Okay.
But they not married anymore. They divorced now.
Oh, they
Oh,
are.
really?
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
that would be why she don't want to come back, because that's gonna be a whole conversation.
Yeah, they got divorced. But she said she didn't care for the way she was treated on both shows.
I'm sure she did, but I mean, who goes on? Let's be real. What do you expect from a reality TV show?
Yeah.
I mean, can we really be real for a moment?
Like with
Like,
reality TV, it's like they're in your business. They want to know the reality of what you're doing.
Yeah,
And
a
if
like
you,
lot.
these people don't
Exactly.
care about you. They just want the tea,
That's
okay? And
it.
the messier, the better. So what are
Messy
you
in the
yeah,
better.
expecting?
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like they need a little shake up a little bit.
It seems that
Stacy, Stacy, like really, to be honest with you, if she wasn't, if this whole stuff about TJ didn't come out, I'd be like, you could probably bring Stacy back as a friend of.
I was
the
listen.
friend.
I a little awkward, Stacy, but she done turned into a whole. I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that, and I don't want to hear that anchor voice all every Sunday. And yes, no,
I
I'm
need
going
her to
to.
show up and
Yeah,
be herself. She can't come back
yeah.
if she's not gonna be herself. I
And
don't know if she knows who she is.
Arabella's going to be fine, and we're going to. I'm tired of that.
I can't. I can't. Listen, if
No,
you cannot show up authentically, don't show up.
that would be the really, like, that would be the most amazing thing if she came out and said, "Hey, listen, there are more receipts than a little bit, and I did pay this man."
Yeah.
If she did that, that would be like amazing. Or even like with our girl Karen, if Karen said, "Hey, listen, all these people who don't know each other who have been saying that I've been drinking are not lying, because how can they be lying?" So therefore, and if she came out, like, it would be like, it's supposed to be reality TV. If they came out and were real, that would be like an amazing thing. Or, even your girl Mia, I don't know if Mia can tell the truth, because the truth might not be in her. It might not be in her at all. But if she just came out, and said, "Hey, this is what's really going on." I think she thought that she had that whole situation under control with her little minions this season, with like Ink and Gordon and Jacqueline and everybody. And, she's
Make
like
it
control.
around her. Yeah.
Yeah, but she saw in the end it spun out of control, because it's like, a web of lies is a web of lies. And that's what it
Mm.
is.
She got a line, demon.
Yeah. And when you get the payoff from lying, you just keep
Keep
doing it.
doing it. Yep.
Yeah.
And now it becomes this thing where you can't even come back from. It's so
Yep.
many lies. You just can't even come back.
No.
I mean, I am with that. One of the things, I mean, I ain't signed nothing, so I could say it. One of the things, like, and so the producers, there were essentially three different things that could have happened, which did not, scheduling and the whole thing. Because the way they work fast. It's like they call you, they want to see you tomorrow. Like, you just gotta change your schedule around, right, to fit it in. And if you can't, then we can't necessarily make it work. It's a very frantic, so the way they schedule things. So one of the things that they had approached me about was they wanted me to do a healing session with all the women.
Mm.
And at first I was like, "Ooh, I don't know." But then I was like excited because I was like, I know they need it.
Yeah.
And then I got scratched. And then it was like, well, Karen really wants you to come back and, have a session with her. So that kind of got scratched. And then it was that. And I still want that to happen. Like, they need
Mm.
they need something, because in
Don't
this
touch
day and
me
age,
though. Don't touch
like you
me.
said, like, it's reality, right? This day and age in 2025, people don't want, listen, if people want to watch a soap opera, then they want to watch a soap opera. They
Yeah.
don't want the soap opera to be on reality TV. They want the reality TV to be real. They want it to
Yeah.
be messy, but they want it to be real.
Right.
And if you gonna be on reality TV, then I need you to be real.
Right.
And I agree. Like, if you come back and just be like, "Look, I messed up. Yeah, I did it." Everybody, guess what? People be like,
Yeah.
I like her. She cool people.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
done it too. You know what I mean? Like, all of them can come back if they're just real and transparent and just, tell people the truth, because it's
Yeah.
already out there anyway.
Sure is. And but I'm gonna say this. I want you to do that for them too. Just don't touch me. Cause then that old lying demon she got my eye on you. Don't even shake her hand. Just be like, I got a cough today. I ain't gonna touch nobody.
Uh, oh my goodness.
I'm like, now I want to see, and again, like, I wonder if I met her in person, like, how would she, really be? Because it's yeah, like, they listen, just come real, have a come to Jesus moment, and just lay it all out, and just be like, look, yeah, like I said, I lied, and this is why, and this is what happened. I need help. Bam.
Yeah, well,
That's
I
it.
think also too, it sounded like with Ronnie's girl Mia, like she couldn't keep track of her lives. That's where the problems start happening. She started tripping over her feet, because it was like, like they said, okay, we came down to Miami. She was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were coming, girlfriend. Here it says on this screen that you knew we were coming." Like,
Yep.
That was bad. That
yeah,
was
That was real
all the way
bad.
bad. And
yeah,
then instead of just apologizing, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not being a good friend." You know you're not a good friend. Like, come on. Can we
Right.
stop?
And
Can
then
we
you
stop?
still was trying to lie, and they got the receipts. Like, girl,
This is why I'm back on TJ. I know he got to have some receipts. If this happened, there has to be receipts. I want the receipts.
I
Yeah,
do too. I want him to show them.
he probably
When you
will. I mean, it'll
when
probably
you
come out.
unpack your
So
bags,
he probably
TJ,
gonna want to
girl,
get
show
paid
them.
for it.
I wouldn't be
So
shocked
if
if she
he
got her attorneys to call him and
so if
say,
this whole thing went down, well, if he signed an NDA, then she would have cause, right?
mm-hmm.
If she was smart, he signed an NDA. And then if he now broke the NDA, then well, yeah, she definitely, I don't think that he has anything, but she can certainly go after him. But one or two things, like if this all, went down this way, right? She's either gonna pay him to shut him up or he's gonna talk to get more money.
Yep.
Maybe he's waiting for the Shade Room. Maybe he's waiting for People Magazine. Maybe he's waiting for an exclusive with Love B. Scott or the Full Monty. One of these real bloggers. Maybe that's what he's waiting for. Maybe he's waiting for his other payday because he didn't get the rest of his money.
I'm like, how much money did he ask for? Like, so how much money was this? So was this an acting job for him and you paid him a role? Like, I'm just curious. Like, how much was
Now
this?
y'all know that man was acting. Remember when they was outside on that rooftop and he up there pretending like he getting all emotional and crying and stuff? Like that man, get that man an Oscar.
No, no, no. For the Real Housewives of Potomac. No,
And guys, and I'm sorry, I have to leave at 9 o'clock. I do have to go, but I will in like 3 minutes. But yeah, no, I think that like he's waiting for something else. That's why he hasn't said anything. Maybe he was waiting for this to air.
yeah, probably to see what it would be, which
Mm-hmm.
move he could make, how much damage there would be, right? Because what if nobody believed him? What if everybody believed? It's not over. It is
No,
not over. You still need to be watching the blogs and everything. It is not over. And if there's an update, I'm gonna let y'all know. If there's an update, I'm gonna let y'all know. Cause yeah, I have a feeling that it's not over. I really wish they had updated this reunion with it. Probably they didn't have enough time with the reactions from what happened with Karen, because when they aired this, she didn't have, they didn't
Yeah, she
have, they
never
didn't
got
know what was
seen.
going to happen yet. They just knew that she was guilty. I wish they had updated it with that.
oh, they said, yeah, they just had a slide at the end that said she was, found guilty and like,
Yeah.
for 2 years and everything. But I wish that they would have went to the different people. Like Wendy,
Yeah.
what's your reaction? Giselle, what's your reaction? But
Yep,
yeah,
that's the same thing.
that's
I
Exactly.
wish they would have
yeah,
came back and did an
Yeah.
interview, like a emergency
yeah.
interview with all of them.
Yes, that would have been better than what they showed.
It
Yeah.
would have. It's true. It's really, really true. I would have liked that too. And then really it would have given time because I think Wendy was really hurt after she discovered what Karen was saying about her. And it would have been like, okay, now how are you feeling about what happened?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now here's the thing though, another lens, and we gonna be out of here. If in fact, all things true about Karen and she does have a drinking problem and everybody saw and knew, that would explain some of her behavior.
Yeah, a great
Yeah.
deal of it. I mean, and especially if she was blacking out when these things were happening.
So that's a whole other twist on all of these things that happen. But she is certainly still in our prayers. I hope that she does come back, and I hope that she does come back in her beautiful, authentic self. And that she does take accountability and she does use her platform for good, because there's so much that she can do. And I hope all the women, if they coming back, they come back real next season. What do y'all hope for next season?
The
I
same
hope for,
thing.
I hope for healing. I really hope for healing. I always wanted a season of healing. And I know I don't want to be long because I know we're about to get out of here. But like, I remember, like one of my favorite people is like Nene Leakes. And like when
Mm,
Nene would have those genuine moments with her son and,
mm,
her husband and even her granddaughter, when she was a glam mom. I appreciated that. So that's what I hope for. I hope for healing.
Yeah,
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 yeah. I
yeah.
feel you on that. I agree. And y'all need to call Avalaura so she can come on the show and help them women. Just don't let her touch Mia, but let her come on
Uh-uh.
Listen,
So
if y'all want me to have me on next season for real, like actually see it, yes, let the producers know. But they do need that healing session, like for real, for real. More than one, but they would probably only show one, but more than one is needed. But it's been great. You know, I'm looking forward to next season. Now I'm invested, so I want to see what's gonna happen. I want to see the growth. I want to see the evolution. And maybe we'll be back with some updates. Let's see, y'all. Have a good night.
bye everyone.
the show.
Be good.